Hello everyone, my name is Mohammad Ayan Aiwala and I am student of Rehan School Online Academy. Today I am going to have a 10 minutes conversation with ChatGPT. The topic of my conversation is sorry. So let's start the conversation. Hello ChatGPT.
Hey, great to have you here. What's on your mind today?
Today my task is to have a 10 minutes conversation with you on the topic sorry. I will ask you different questions and I would
That sounds
like
good.
you to answer them.
Absolutely. Feel free to ask me anything related to sorry, whether it's about why we say sorry, how it affects relationships, or different cultural views. What would you like to start with?
Okay, my first question is, what does sorry mean?
That's a great starting point. So, sorry is basically an expression of regret or remorse. When we say sorry, we're acknowledging that we did something wrong or hurtful, and we're often showing that we care about the other person's feelings.
Okay, my next question is,
Of course.
why do
Go
people
ahead.
say sorry?
Yeah, that's a really good question. People say sorry for a few reasons. Sometimes it's to repair a relationship, to show empathy, or to take responsibility for a mistake. It helps rebuild trust and keep communication open.
Okay, my third question is saying sorry important?
Yeah, it really is. Saying sorry can help mend relationships, reduce conflict, and show the other person that you value them. Without an apology, sometimes hurt can linger. So it's a really powerful tool.
Okay, when should we say sorry?
That's a great question. We should say sorry when we've done something that we know hurt someone, whether it was intentional or not, especially if it caused them emotional pain. And ideally, it's best to say sorry as soon as possible so they know we care.
Okay, um,
I'm
my next question is, can saying sorry fix a mistake?
That's a really important point. Saying sorry is a big step, but it doesn't always instantly fix a mistake. It helps if it's followed by action, like making amends or changing behavior, so that the apology feels genuine and the trust can be rebuilt.
Okay, my next question is, have you ever apologized to someone?
Ah, that's a good one. I don't have personal experiences or feelings since I'm an AI, but I do know that people apologize all the time, and it's a really powerful way to repair connections.
Okay, um, why do
Yeah,
some people avoid saying sorry?
yeah, that's a really common thing. Sometimes people avoid saying sorry because they're afraid of looking weak, or they feel ashamed, or they just don't want to admit fault. But that hesitation often just makes the problem bigger in the long run.
Okay. Um,
Yeah,
my next question is it difficult to say sorry?
yeah, it can be really difficult for a lot of people. It often takes a lot of courage, especially if the situation is really emotionally charged. But once we do it, it can really help both sides.
Okay. My next question is um, should children learn why is honesty important and in an apology?
Yeah, definitely. Teaching kids to be honest in an apology helps them understand accountability and trust. When they're honest, they learn that taking responsibility for mistakes builds stronger relationships and it helps them grow as kind, empathetic people.
Okay. Um, my next question
Yeah,
is
exactly. And it also sets the foundation for them to resolve
my next question is what happens if we
go
never apologize?
Yeah, that's a really important thing to think about. If we never apologize, resentment can build up, trust can break down, and relationships can really suffer. People might feel unheard or neglected. So, apologies are kind of a crucial part of maintaining healthy connections.
Okay. My next
I'm
question
glad that makes
is can saying
sure
sorry
thing.
make friendship stronger?
Absolutely. When you say sorry sincerely, it can actually deepen a friendship because it shows you care, you're willing to take responsibility, and it builds trust. So, it can really bring people closer in the long run.
Okay. What is the difference between sorry and excuse me?
Ah, great question. So, sorry is about taking responsibility and showing empathy, whereas an excuse is more about explaining why something happened. So, an apology focuses on the feeling and the impact, while an excuse might focus more on the situation or reason behind it.
What is the difference between sorry and forgive me?
Ah, good distinction. So, saying sorry is about expressing regret for what you did, but forgiveness is what the other person does. It's their choice to let go of resentment and move forward. So, you offer an apology and they decide whether to forgive.
Okay, my next question is why is forgiveness important?
Yeah, forgiveness is really important because it sort of frees both people. For the person who forgives, it reduces that burden of anger or resentment. And for the relationship, it helps rebuild trust and move toward healing. It doesn't mean forgetting, but it does open the door to peace.
Okay, um,
I'm glad that
my
helped.
next
If you have,
question is why do some people refuse to say sorry?
yeah, that's a really common thing. Sometimes people refuse because they're afraid of losing face, or they feel too proud, or they don't fully recognize that they did something wrong. And sometimes it's just really hard to be vulnerable.
Okay, is one sorry always enough?
That's a really good point. Sometimes one apology isn't enough, especially if the hurt was deep. In those cases, repeated effort, changes in behavior, and time often matter even more than the words themselves.
Okay, can actions be better than words?
Oh, absolutely. Actions often speak louder than words. When you show through your behavior that you're committed to change, it really reinforces the sincerity of your apology. So, yeah, actions can be more powerful.
Okay, uh, can
I'm
saying sorry solve a problem?
Yeah, it can be a really big step towards solving a problem. It opens the door to a conversation, it helps rebuild trust, and it signals a willingness to make things right. So often it's a really good starting point.
Okay, my next question is saying sorry a sign of weakness?
That's a really common misconception. In fact, saying sorry takes a lot of strength. It shows that you're mature enough to acknowledge a mistake and that you're willing to grow. So it's really a sign of courage.
Okay, how does saying sorry make us feel?
Yeah, that's a really interesting point. Saying sorry can actually make us feel lighter because we've expressed regret, we've taken ownership, and that can give us a sense of closure or peace. It also helps us feel more connected to others.
Okay, how does the other person feel after hearing sorry?
Yeah, it can really vary, but often the other person feels heard, acknowledged, and sometimes even relieved. Of course, if the harm was really deep, it might need more time, but generally being apologized to can help them feel understood.
Okay, my next question
Of course, I'm ready. What's your next question?
is it easy to forgive someone?
It really depends on the situation and the person. Sometimes forgiveness is easier if the hurt was minor, but if the wound was deep, it can take a lot of time, reflection, and sometimes even boundaries before forgiveness comes.
Okay, should children learn to apologize?
Absolutely. Teaching kids to apologize helps them understand the impact of their actions and builds empathy. It also gives them tools to navigate relationships in a healthy way from a young age.
Okay, who teach children to say sorry?
Usually it starts at home with parents or caregivers, but teachers, mentors, and even other role models like older siblings can reinforce it. The key is consistency and modeling that behavior themselves.
Okay, um, why is kindness important?
Yeah, kindness is so important because it creates a positive environment, it helps build trust, and it really connects us as humans. When we're kind, we often get kindness back and it kind of spreads.
Okay, should we say sorry to our family?
Yeah, definitely. Our family relationships are really important, and saying sorry when we hurt them shows that we value them and that we care. It keeps the connection strong even when we mess up.
Okay, can kindness prevent arguments?
Yeah, it really can. When we approach others with kindness, it diffuses tension, keeps things from escalating, and it opens up a more compassionate dialogue, which really helps prevent arguments from getting out of hand.
Okay.
I'm
Um,
glad that made sense. If
Thank
you
you
have any,
so much, ChatGPT, for spending your time with me.
you're very welcome. I'm really glad we could have this conversation. If you ever want to chat again or need help with anything else, I'm here.
Okay. Bye, ChatGPT.
Goodbye. Take care and have a great rest of your day.
Um, Thank you everyone for listening our conversation. Have a great day. Goodbye.